right?
I heard about
they're
that.
They're mad about that.
Please do
it's
tell.
It's like gender.
Yeah, it's gonna just Potato Head family,
Yeah,
right?
Potato Head, right?
Not Mr. and Mrs.
And like, they're taking my potato heads away. Like,
Dude, I've had a Mr. Potato Head.
You could always switch the parts on a potato head, though, right? You could take like a girl potato head and put the parts on a guy potato head. So
Mr. Potato Head.
It was already
gender fluid.
Exactly.
So fluid.
You could put big, fat, juicy lips on Mr. Potato
He could just
Head.
be all lips if you wanted to.
You could have lips fries.
Yeah, that's what the freedom of Mr. Potato Head is.
I think that's a pretty good representation for.
He's America's toy, you know.
And he stands for equal rights. I think all around.
Yeah, I get behind Mr. Potato Head. I had one.
They should do Mr. Potato Head with like the trans flag colors on it. That'd be pretty cool.
The like rainbow colors on it.
Yeah, rainbow, or they have the trans one too, which is like blue, pink, and blue.
That's next in the line. Well, you should know. What is it? Toy company.
Mattel does not make potato heads.
What kind of toys do they make? Like, what's your top seller? Didn't you mention that they had like there's a toy con or something, and they get like super hyped up
there is a
about
toy convention. Top sellers for this past one was, it's from the Mandalorian. So I think you can figure out what
was it. Baby Yoda?
Yeah, a bunch of companies license it. So my company does, and then there's like Hasbro, and then there's all these other companies that license Baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically the competition was just Baby Yoda versus Baby Yoda.
Oh,
it's
like different Baby Yodas.
Yeah, like which is the best like child's toy or something.
Right.
Were they like 3 different versions of Baby Yoda?
Was like they different in size too? Like,
no, most of them were all about this size,
okay.
like plush size. But some of them had ears that moved and like mouths that moved. And
yeah.
shit. So they would have like just different features. Like some were just soft, right?
Yeah.
They didn't have any. So that was a big competition. And then they have different sections like boys versus like boys and girls sections.
Yeah.
So a lot of dolls.
Dude, that sounds really fun though. Like a project, like to build up a toy. Let's say because some of them are like they're chain, right? Like Star Wars, you're gonna have like a bunch of different toys.
Right.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like you already have. Like there's only so many things you can do with that. But building a toy like from scratch up that doesn't have like its own TV show or cartoon, like you just gotta like all that research that goes into it. Like what do kids like?
Exactly.
I bet there's about like recon and like
a lot of it comes from the family members of the people that work there.
Oh,
so
okay.
like they'll have kids, right? And then they'll give the prototype to their kids, and their kids are like, "Oh, this is really cool. I don't like this or something," and then they change it. So,
dude, write your kid off on your taxes. Like, dude, he helps me.
That might work actually.
Really,
especially with the quarantine, because before they were in school, right? But now they're at home, so they have like their control group right there.
Yeah, child labor.
They tell them to get their friends. Like, friends, come here. Like, we're all gonna test this toy.
Dude, imagine you're the creepy like guy like. At school, like the parent at school. You bring your kids over for a play date?
Like what?
We're having a party. It's not his birthday though.
Ask your friends. Don't have them tell their parents though. Just come over.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I think that's pretty fun as a job.
Yeah, no, it's pretty cool to work with it and be involved in that industry. Very very lighthearted. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's cool. What I so today or earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
Someone called me an old soul, and I thought I knew what they were saying. Like, oh, maybe I'm just like, they think I'm old fashioned or whatever. No, but they went like above and beyond, and like explained to me that reincarnation's real, and then like I act like younger than my actual age because I'm like a new soul. Like this is my start of my journey. But she explains that she's an old soul, or no, opposite. She calls me a new soul, and she's the old soul. So she says I'm new because I'm starting my like cycle, like my first cycle. But like she's done this before. Like this is like her third reincarnation.
Easy.
Yeah, basically she's like, and that's why like I get along with old people. Like so like all my friends are so much older than like me, and because like I just connect with them like that, and I'm like wow. And then so she's like, you're a new soul because everything's like so new to you. Like you get like things that like are not surprising to me you think are surprising, like in maybe in like politics and stuff like that. And it's like, and that's why. And then I was explaining to her, I was like, no, like I don't think so. Like I don't believe in stuff like that. And then she's like, you know, it was a punchline. I wasn't even mad because it was funny. She's like, oh, that's such a new soul thing to say.
Bro.
After that, I just busted up laughing.
Is she trolling you or?
I don't know anymore. She be lying.
That seems like a good ass troll to do somebody though.
Dude, but like, if she's trolling me or not, there are people out there that believe in that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah. Some of my old bandmates were like that. Like, oh yeah, dude, that's my third reincarnation. Like, how do you know that?
I've seen this before.
Bro, I was there.
Trippy thing is, what if, for devil's advocate, what if it is real though? What was it, like they know?
Dude,
like,
there's some religions that believe every single individual is the same consciousness, just like returning through.
What the heck? So
like,
you're not real. You're like
you're just the host, right? Kind of, and then the consciousness is in you, right? So everyone believes that it's like, so one religion believes that everybody is the same like soul, but it just repeats through time. So you're really, any action you take is against yourself on some level, right?
That's interesting.
It's like you have a shared consciousness, basically.
That's confusing,
right?
I feel
so
like
it's like every person that you meet is just another version of you, and the only reason they're like that is because of where they're born, or like what their family was.
Oh, so like that could have been you,
right?
Yeah,
well, it is like it technically was, or will be you at some point. Either it was you or will.
I think I've seen something like that, which is an interesting concept. Like that'd be a cool movie idea.
Yeah, but it also means, it also brings like that connection, right? There's always the potential of knowing that person in an intimate way, because you guys share that.
Yeah, how you're like, that's why you connect.
Right,
like,
that's how you're to connect with people and everything. Yeah. Because there's always some part between two people that you can connect on.
And it's kind of like, that's the version of yourself that you like a lot, you know? Because like you meet different people every day, and you might meet someone like you don't like, but the person you do like, you're like, oh, like, I like this person, which is yourself, right? Because of these reasons, which are like, you see them in your...
Similar to you, yeah. You see you have similarities, and then maybe they show their soul like better, right? They're more open with it, and then you're like, oh, I like this kind of person.
That's cool.
Yeah. Right. It was cool to take a world religions class at Citrus, because you learn about like...
I didn't take that one.
It's crazy, dude. There's another one, like, they believe every single organism like is alive and feels pain. So they won't put clothes on, they won't shower, like they won't do anything to hurt the bacteria that grows on them, right? So they just like they just walk around, like, I think they shave their heads and stuff, because I don't know, they don't want to have lice, I guess, because they'd have to keep it there,
dude.
But they won't kill anything, and like,
so they're just like, dang, like they just eat plants, and they just plants.
Like, I think even plants, right, to them.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's like they're super environmentalists too. So they like kill anything that's like the life around you too.
Right. They won't even take baths. In some extreme cases, like there's always different levels, right? Like like there's extremists in anything. So.
Right. I wonder what they do, because if you like break it down, like anything we humans do, especially for work, I feel like
even walking.
Yeah, you kill something or something. You can't gain something without taking something in return. They try to minimize it. Yeah.
They just want to reduce that as small as they can. So.
Bro, that's crazy.
And that's where they resort to, like making sacrifices in what they wear.
Or still like sacrifices?
Oh, not killing stuff, but
like I was like Aztec, they roll the head
like, down, I'll kill myself to save all the
dude.
Maybe, I don't know.
That's the only way. That's like the conclusion at the end.
I cannot stop killing. I must die. But then if you die, then you're also the host to all these other things too.
Right, but you also would give back. Like your body would like decompose. It's like
That's true.
Like the purest form of love, I guess, because you lost everything, your life, but then you gave something.
That's not a good way to spread a religion, though. Like,
no.
You run out of people pretty quick.
It's like the top tier people do that though. They're like when
they're like old, like like I'm gonna make a show.
I am one.
I mean, some Buddhist monks do that. They burn themselves and shit. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You never seen those videos?
No.
Bro.
But
I know you don't like gore.
Pourquoi? Why do they do it?
They were doing it as like a protest to the country they were in. I think they were being very heavily persecuted. I don't really know the details, but I definitely know the imagery of like this monk pouring gasoline on himself and then just...
Dang. In a sign of protest?
Yeah, in a sign of protest.
Dude.
I know. Weird.
But like protest against, they were trying to like take over their temple.
I think they were being heavily persecuted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so he's like, they don't want me here. Like I'm gonna protest myself. But don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure on the story.
Yeah,
I just know.
Runs out into the crowd.
No, I think he just sat there meditating. And
oh
just like,
man, dude, that's meta.
And you see him like the crispy.
Dude, they should make a statue out of him. Like, he should
probably
be
do
like
something
someone in like a.
Dude, he was just like, I want my next reincarnation right now, bro. Next.
This one sucks. Death, reincarnate.
You never know.
Yeah. Dang, that's cool.
Yeah, a lot of cool religions though. There's some wild ones. Definitely, if you have a chance to take a class like that, it's eye opening. You get to see like how different people kind of cope with the world, right? That's all it is like trying to cope with the unknown in some sense.
And then like things that matter to them like deeply that don't matter to like this society where we have to live by like different rules.
Exactly.
Like freaking, they don't care about daylight savings time or like little things like that. The election, they're like.
Daylight savings time? What do you mean? Like, it's always daylight.
One sun, one life.
Yeah, that's wild. There's like those tribes, right, are super animalistic.
They like a helicopter flew over like a tribe not too long ago. They're like very primitive. It's like they sticks, and that's
like Trump. Who? Like what?
Dude, it'd be wild just to like see them. I don't want to like fuck with them or anything, but just to like see how they live.
What always trips me up is when I see people in different countries like idolizing some celebrity or person in a different country, like a president or something, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like one of ours.
Well, any of them. Like I've seen like this dude in India was he was like idolizing Trump basically. Like he had a Trump statue. Whoa. And he would like kiss Trump's feet, right?
What the hell?
And he's living in India. Like, bro, he's not even your.
Yeah. What, dude?
Just like, oh, come India and save us. Like bro, what the hell?
Dude, Trump is never going to like go there. Like
I know.
Imagine what he would say if he saw something like that.
And then like, why would you do that? Why would you?
Yeah. Why him?
Is it like mental illness or like they're just?
He's like.
I don't get it.
Yeah. India, you say?
Yeah, the guy that I saw. I'm sure there's people elsewhere that do it though.
I saw 90. What's the show called? Married at First Sight. No, 90 Day Fiance.
Oh.
And there's this guy from Nigeria there, and he loves Trump. And literally, like his wife even got him like a fucking like Speedo with Trump's face on it. Oh my god! And he wears it.
That's gross.
And then he wants to like come over here like every time. He's like, "I'm coming to see you, Donald Trump." I think he did make it to America, or he's about to. And he's not even president anymore. I wonder if he'd like still.
Imagine you like meet up with like a girl or something. You take off your pants and you just fucking Trump there. Like, I'm out. She just leaves.
Dang. You gotta be pretty good for her to stay with that Trump.
You have to play it off like, oh yeah, it's ironic, you know.
It's ironic.
Yeah, maybe if you put it on your butt, then it'd be better.
Dude, do you think it's like a back butt? Like Trump's face is on the butt too, forward and back.
Yeah, well, I think it'd be better if it was one or the other. Like, perception-wise, it'd probably be better if he was on the back side.
Yeah. Yeah. What you got for us this week? Mr. Silence. We didn't even intro us in. It's
dude, you're messing up, dude. You're trolling me, bro. Trolling.
What you got for us, sir?
I was gonna talk about sandwiches today.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Okay. So I want to know what constitutes a sandwich in your eyes.
What is like what I think is a sandwich? Like it has to have these things.
How would you define a sandwich?
It has to have 2 pieces of flat surface on the top that keeps it together.
Okay.
Yeah, like because I think like you could have like a protein style sandwich where the breads are like lettuce, but I feel like you have to have like 2 things that like keep whatever's inside.
Okay.
Yeah, like.
So what if you fold a piece of bread? Is that still a sandwich?
Yeah. I think so because it's keeping it both on it. I feel like that's the broader because a lot of things then become a sandwich, right?
Yeah.
The 2 heads of lettuce, it's like you have a protein style like sandwich.
Yeah, you could have peanut butter jelly with no lettuce, right?
Yeah. So, or you could have like an ice cream sandwich. It's like 2 cookies.
Right. So would a hot dog, would that be a sandwich?
Okay, so we're getting into the nitty gritty now. I see what you're doing here.
I want to see what you think.
No.
Why?
I think it's its own thing because the buns are like not like they're not together. No, they are together. They're not separate.
I mean, you could separate them.
Because then it's more of a tortilla or a burrito, a hot dog to me than a sandwich. Because you kind of like fold it like that, like a taco. Like it goes like this, like the way you eat it. I feel.
Right, but let's see.
What did you say? So you're on the front that it is a sandwich.
I think a hot dog is a sandwich. I think it's a classification of sandwich. Like you have
subcategory.
You have like a sandwich, right? You have a hot dog. You have peanut butter jelly, whatever. Mm-hmm. So I think definitely a hot dog by definition. If you take the bread on either side,
right,
you have something in the middle. It's a sandwich.
Okay, I could see it coming from like a baby hoagie family.
There you go, hoagie. Yeah, I mean even the hot dog buns you get, they're kind of connected when you first get them, right? You gotta peel them apart. Yeah. I mean the hamburger buns.
Yeah.
Hamburger buns, same thing.
Yeah. Okay. Is there like more to this matrix?
Oh,
Are there any other like?
So if you have a hot dog, which is a sandwich, what about a taco?
Dude, this tightrope. This is like a tightrope.
How do you?
You're getting people really mad. I could feel them over the internet.
How do you define it like a taco compared to a hot
dog? Dude, you gotta stop this. Let's stop now. I see where you're coming from, and by what we've talked about so far, I can see that it's like 50% sandwich.
I mean, okay.
But it is a taco, though.
Why is it a taco? Just because I call it a taco.
Yeah.
Okay. But it could still be a sandwich.
But then is it vice versa? Is like a sandwich a taco?
A taco is a kind of sandwich.
Yeah.
Sandwich is very general. We've already established that at the beginning. You could have all these different kinds of sandwiches.
Right, but like in our societal norms, you don't call all these things are not sandwiches.
I know. But they still could apply if you like take a step back from what culture tells you to
So if you were a foreigner and like in another country and you say the word sandwich, like you learn the word for sandwich in their language and you mean a specific sandwich, like you're talking about taco, but you call it sandwich, and you're trying to get them to get you like that taco, but all you know is sandwich. Like they'll give you that taco, but do you think you could get them to understand what you're talking about
by calling it a sandwich?
Yeah, and
I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, because they're like no, that's not, because like they're so different. It would be hard for them to like pinpoint that you were talking about a taco.
Yeah, like I want the crunchy sandwich. I want the crunchy sandwich that's rounded. I think you can tell them. I think if you said like that.
But would they be like, no,
like, this guy's crazy, dude.
The one with the ground beef in there.
Okay, so tacos. We've established that those could be a sandwich.
Yeah. Okay.
And so by definition, a burrito could also be.
It's too big, but there are big sandwiches.
Because I mean, if you try to look at the tortilla, right? That is still a type of bread.
It's a protein.
It's a tortilla.
I mean, it's a carb.
Yeah, it's a type of bread. So I mean, it's just maybe it's missing yeast or something. It doesn't like rise when you cook it. Like other bread does, but it's still made of flour and like water and salt.
You can say that for a lot of things. A lot of things are like that. Like
exactly.
A lot of different things are like just one ingredient away from being that next thing.
Right.
So there's like a common word for everything. Everything would be like everything in the world is a sandwich.
It is.
Everything is the same. Is one. We are one.
We are all part of one overarching sandwich.
Dude, thank you for showing me that. I'm enlightened now.
Like, I was thinking even nachos could be sandwiches.
No, you're going too far.
Nah, dude. it's like a disassembled sandwich, like a bunch of sliders.
Oh my god.
That you stick together, and then
but it only works if you put both of them together.
You gotta
if it's just one, right?
If it's just one, it's like an open face sandwich.
Oh my god. Still the sandwich?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay, something else. Name something else that make me mad.
Oh, so I think maybe soup could be
Fuck you. No, dude, no.
Yeah,
I'm putting my foot down.
Why? You haven't seen the soup in like a bread bowl?
I have, but that's not a sandwich.
Okay, well,
it's inside the bowl.
It's in between two breads.
No, but it's circular. Like
we already have burritos, which are wrapped in a circle.
Oh my god.
So
who are you talking to? You just like talking to yourself about these things in here?
Nah.
In the corner, like, what if it's a sandwich? I'll show them.
Well, okay, you have crackers for soup, right?
I don't.
So you don't eat crackers with your soup?
No.
You never use like saltine crackers?
Not normally.
Clam chowder, you don't put crackers in?
I don't put it in my soup. I eat them like separately.
Okay,
but let's say we do.
Do you ever put your soup on top of the cracker?
Never.
Never?
No.
Oh, you're missing out. It's pretty good. But if you did that and you put another one on top, then you have a sandwich. And then you drink the sandwich juice at the
end. But these are all rituals that you have to go through, steps, in order for it to constitute as a sandwich.
That's true.
So if you...
That's a good point.
Right.
Maybe that's the variable. It's like the sandwich has to be 2 pieces of carb between each other, but you have to make it in under like this many steps.
Yeah. Okay.
Right,
dude. Everything is sandwich. You just say sandwich like you're a Pokemon. It's like your sound is sandwich. 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 Everything sandwich.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny thought experiment though, to try and break down like the differences between.
Oh my god.
Just words that we have for things, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty funny to talk about.
That's cool. Speaking of the way that you're talking about things, I'm trying to work on my Scottish accent.
Oh.
Or Irish. No, Irish.
Irish.
Yes. And that's because St. Patty's Day is coming up. And
top of the morning to ya.
17 on the 17th. So I'm trying to work on that.
What are you doing with what are you doing with Irish accent in St. Patty's Day?
It's just a competition between like me and my coworkers.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, by that time,
that's
like
pretty fun,
who has like the best one. So I'm like,
been practicing?
I'm going for that top. No, I haven't. I need to start.
Dude, you gotta listen to people with it.
Yeah, it's not as rough as I thought it was gonna be.
It depends. I think it also depends what region they're from too, right?
That's true.
In Ireland, because I would get like a general.
Cillian Murphy, who plays Tommy in Peaky Blinders, he's Irish actually, but he plays like a British guy.
But does he do an Irish accent in this show?
No, it's English in the show, but he's really Irish, and I saw him. Maybe Instagram's listening, because like Cillian Murphy, like an ad came up that he's like, he reads this is an app called Calm, and people like read you like stories or like say soothing things for you to go to bed to. Yeah, he reads on there. And then I was watching Hell's Kitchen today because I felt like I saw my dad watching. I was like, hey, I haven't seen that in a while.
Ramsay.
Yeah, what a beast. And there's a Irish guy on there, Irish. So now I have like 2 sources.
I'm trying to think of other Irish people that you could listen to.
Conor McGregor. His is rash.
His is rash, and he's also been hit in the head a lot of times. So. What did you just say?
Poor guy. He's not doing good.
There's other Irish people though. There has to be.
I can't think of many. And there's like, I get it, Scottish, even though they sound very different, but
Scottish.
Like Scottish and Irish. They're very different.
They are different.
Look at the Irish.
Top of the morning to ya.
It's just like a way of how they say things.
Give me Lucky Charms.
There you go.
Just watch him on repeat. I have my quote.
Does he get really good at saying that? Yeah. I got one in the chamber.
Yeah, you should use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. I would only have to get good at saying that one.
Magically delicious. Colin Firth?
Oh, he's Irish too?
Oh, no.
Scottish.
There's another guy with like... Remember the scene you showed me where he's like yelling at a little kid?
Yeah.
That guy is Irish.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's the actor again?
Colin Farrell?
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, he's Irish. And naturally, so if you listen to him, he's probably a good one. I think Gerard Butler is Scottish, which doesn't help you, but...
Dude, a lot of them come over here just to make movies here.
They just do American accents.
I wonder if it goes the other way around. Like, do Americans, like, sometimes go overseas because they can't make it here, they go overseas and they become big?
Probably.
Yeah.
I think there's more desire. Yeah, that's probably how it works. If you're going overseas, it's because you're not making it here.
Yeah.
But I think if they're coming here, they're already established.
Yeah.
Over there.
Probably. Oh yeah, you think so?
Yeah, because I mean that's a market, right? But then this is bigger.
Yeah.
So like, if they're good there, then they can probably get more and more money.
Big leagues here, or they could just like just Hail Mary and just go.
Exactly.
Yeah. I feel like some of them do that.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. Uphill battle.
Yeah.
That way.
Yeah, that'd be a good one to listen to. I think Sean Connery, is he Irish or English?
I don't know, man.
I don't remember.
But some of them, I think it's funny. You know, Tyrion from Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Yeah, he plays a British accent on the show, but he's American.
Irish. Oh, he's American.
He's American. I didn't know that when I was watching the show. I thought he was like British, but like in the back of my mind, like, yes, we got one. We stole one away from them.
Imagine there's a movie where the English guy does an American accent, and then the American dude does an English accent,
Dude.
and they have to talk to each other, and they're like, "Bro, your accent sucks."
They're brothers too. They're like they got separated at birth, and
It must be hard for an actor if you're trying to stifle your accent, but then the other person is talking in it freely.
Yeah.
You're like, bro, I can't be talking in your Irish accent right now.
It triggers it. It makes you want to
I think so. Like if you go to a different place, you start picking up on the
I wonder what
and stuff.
The limit is, because like some people say like oh, don't be ridiculous. Like a celebrity will spend like a year in Italy or whatever, and then they're like, oh, sorry, I just like speak Italian all the time over there. I don't know how to turn it off. And it's like, bro, they get the accent.
I think it is partly a mind thing. Like,
yeah,
they kind of make the choice to let their voice be changed like that or something. But maybe some people don't have control of it, and they just kind of adapt to wherever they're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I think if an Australian person came here, maybe if in school they were like ridiculed for their accent, then they would spend a lot of time trying to hide it. Right?
Yeah. Even like the way you say things, like even Samuel L. Jackson, he says he has a speech coach. Like Samuel L. Jackson has a nice voice. Like a lot of like actors, like the way they pronounce things, I feel like they don't fumble over their words as much.
Right.
That's because like they have speech coaches that like show you how to say words specifically, like what to do with your tongue too.
How to pronounce it.
Yeah, and I think that's like kind of a low key like cool skill. Like you sound like very like the way you talk. It's like very pronounced.
And it can give on a different persona too, like the way that you take your voice, whether you go down more at the end, it's more like final than if you were to bring it up. It's like more of a question. So like I watch movies and stuff, and you could see like the good actors are able to change their voice to match the character.
Or the situation and what's happening.
Right.
Yeah. I think about that. I was like, because I hear my voice back, and like sometimes, I don't know, it might be just pandemic sometimes. Like you just feel like putting inflection in your voice sometimes, because it's like, you're just like, whatever, chilling.
Well, I think it's California a little bit too.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like I'm compared to like, at least I'm comparing myself to like the people on TV, but of course they're actors. But I think me myself, I'm a little monotone in like the way I talk. I don't put like too much inflection unless I'm like trying to get something across, like obviously. But
no, I think you have enough inflection.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your inflection's on point.
I worry about that sometimes, which is like a first world thing to worry about. Like, am I saying things?
It's a hard thing to notice and a hard thing to control, I think.
Yeah.
Like if you've never done it before.
Right.
Or if you're used to talking a certain way.
It's hard. You have to like catch yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially it's a little easier now to see it because of like looking back at the footage.
Yes.
Yeah, you could, and I was like, oh man, okay, I do that. Like I'm gonna try
to fix that
a little bit. Like I was like, oh, I say my S is weird. I'm gonna try to like say it better. Like
surprisingly, working at Ceratech and doing like videos for their YouTube and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And like even at like my company now, I do like videos sometimes, right? And so you get to listen to yourself and you try to like, oh, I say a lot, like right here, or you know, I don't like the way that I'm ending my sentences. It doesn't really feel like, confident or something.
Yeah.
Right? So, but then to actually change it after that is a whole nother thing. Like it's one thing to notice, but
and then you might get too much in your head too, because then you're like, oh, don't say or just like, and then all your focus shifts from whatever you were presenting about to like trying to present yourself better.
The presentation suffers.
Yeah. But I feel like you just gotta practice in front of, there's no other way, which is like, it's awkward, but you have to practice in front of like people or a mirror or like some way you could like see yourself and like give yourself feedback, something like that.
I mean, even in front of people, unless you're recording it, you're not gonna notice it or change anything.
I always dreaded like in college, or when they tell me it was recorded, I'm like, I don't think I ever look back at them. It's tough.
Those presentations in college
were rough for me, but
they were definitely stress inducing, I think, all around.
I feel like
practice, but
it is good practice, especially like starting at that level. As you get higher and higher, like it's just a given, like you're supposed to be good at presenting, because you're in front of like customers and stuff all the time, and you're supposed to be able to like tell them what they need, even if you don't know what.
You gotta BS there on the spot.
You have to like on the spot, you gotta make, everyone's on that call, so you can't like fudge up anything. So but so as compared to that, it's like it's a different kind. I feel like I prefer this kind than to have to like go back in time and do that again.
Oh yeah, and then like you probably don't have to do that at your work, right? You're just talking with people.
Yeah,
You're not like making presentations trying to convince someone of something.
No, that's true. Convincing is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to buy this. Like, here's why.
It's a very, is that like our school system that like, because even like going in high school, right, or even like elementary school, your big written test at the end is like a persuasive essay. You're trying to convince, like, stand your argument kind of thing, and I feel like it follows you through. Like,
it's probably capitalism-ish, I think.
I was thinking about that too.
Because I'm pretty sure, like,
because
Japan,
right, ever
Japan
since
doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And they're kind of opposite, right? You know, they're very order and not really individual.
That's what I was gonna say. It's about the team. If you stand out, like, they think of that.
Push you down.
Yeah, they kind of don't like that.
But it's interesting, even though they're like that there, right, and we're like that here, there's still like similarities between both populations, right? I think we're now facing a declining birth rate, whereas Japan has faced that for many years.
I heard that.
And it's like, it doesn't really matter, like, the society. There's other things that are at play for those.
Yeah.
Those kinds of.
It's interesting. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, because I mean, we always complain like, oh, you know, capitalism sucks, right?
Yeah.
But maybe it's just a set of rules that we have applied to it.
Yeah.
And then the same side for their, like, other people's things. You know, it can be corrupted in any form.
Yeah.
And then
sticking out against the grain, I feel like I get the teamwork thing, and I could see a lot of people do, like, go to Japan or move over here because they like how each society presents themselves.
I like anime, so I'm going to Japan.
So what? I like hentai, so that's how we're going.
This is a kid's show.
I was speaking for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But what was I getting at?
Individuality?
Yeah, I feel like sticking out against the grain, it promotes, like, further innovation and stuff like that, because if someone wants to stand out, they got to think of something good, or like not cut corners, but find something, how to do something better. And so no one else is doing it, so I'm going to do it. You're sticking out. I feel like that kind of competition, in a way, it pushes forward for greater heights, trying to get.
Definitely. You have to kind of carve your own path, right?
Yeah.
And if you see something that you want that's not there, then our instinct, right, based on how we're raised, is like, oh, I'm going to make it. Like, this is going to be my thing now. Like,
no one else has done it.
Right.
A lot of things in, like, that we've seen come out, like Apple and stuff like that. Like, there wasn't anything like it.
The American dream.
Yeah. We're just bringing it back. Like, we're basically trying to say we're the best.
Of course. I'm not arguing with you there.
Say it back.
We're the best. All right. Did you guys hear that?
I think it's important to see other cultures. I would love to have enough money to go see how, like, other people, like, live. This is not the best time to do it because no one wants to let us in. But once this is all calmed down, and one day when I have the funds, it'd be cool to see, like,
just gotta save that stimulus check for that, right?
The stimmy. Did you hear that they're afraid that people, if we give them that stimmy, they're gonna, like, quit their job?
Fucking working I was $1,400 away from my retirement. I'm ready.
How dumb, dude!
I'm ready, dude.
They just think it's gonna be decline.
Peace out. Like,
$1,400. That's not even gonna pay their, like, rent.
Not even like a month's rent in many places,
dude.
Maybe 2 months rent if you're, like, overseas or East Coast or something.
Must be tough to be a landlord during these troubling times.
Oh, I think there's a big demand for places, but everything's too expensive for them.
Yeah. Okay. But some people who are, like, living on other people's lands, like, I don't know, they could have just been scraping by, and now this happens, and then
that's true.
That place still needs to get paid. So the landlord, even if they can't pay, they still got paid. They still
gotta pay up, or else the landlord's gonna default. Their shit, so.
And then even if they go, let's say they do, like, eviction process, they get them out of there. Like, it takes time to get new tenants, and until you do, like, you still gotta pay. It's empty.
I know.
It's like,
that's always a risk, right?
Gotta have
like,
that
if you got your own place, you know, you'd have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to deal with that too. That's why the location's really.
Yeah.
Cool.
You have to just think about that kind of. You just have to think, like, 3 steps ahead. Like, save up. Like, hope for the best, but plan for the worst.
Exactly.
Kind of situation, which is, I mean, it's a big payout.
In order to do that, you got to do your diligence throughout the way. You got to poke the yolk. You know?
It's basically, with anything, due diligence. It's like,
if that DD.
Due diligence.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
DD.
DD. Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
why Snapchat made the channel the DD.
Wait, which one?
Our Snapchat with Brandon.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
really? Is that what it?
That's what it's for. It's like post any investment shit that you have.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But he just keeps posting Sundial. Like, bro, I know Sundial's cool.
I don't think I'm in. I'm not getting any of that. Oh, well, you guys are on that Snapchat right now? Like you posting?
Not recently.
Oh, okay.
A couple weeks ago.
Okay, dude, I got rid of my
Do you
Snap.
uninstall Snap?
Yeah, I might download it because, dude, I'm just like.
Yeah, I don't use it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll look at it every once in a while, be like, oh, cool, and then that's it.
The people's stories are getting like so dumb. You don't need to record everything that like goes on in your life. You know?
I know. I see like somebody will see something cool, and then they'll first record their face, like, "Oh my gosh, guys, look at this really cool thing I found." And turn it around and like point it at it.
To leave.
And then I would usually just be like, I don't even record my face, just like a video of the thing, and then put words on it. And send
Dude,
it.
I feel like we live in a society that if you're not recording it or like
It's not real.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Pixar didn't happen, bro.
But dude, you can even fake the videos now.
What's real? I see like reaction like
What's real is what's inside.
If it's good enough, even if I know it's fake, I'm like, even if it was fake, like
Right.
that was pretty good. But I hate that I have that grain of salt on it. I think everything's fake online because what's real anymore?
Dude, a lot of stuff is scripted. Like I saw this one video. There's a chick walking through New York, right, getting like catcalled, and like some of it, it sounds believable. But some things are just like, this has to be,
The things they were saying.
Yeah, at least this part has to be like fake.
Yeah.
And just the way they're talking, like the way they're saying it, almost sounds.
They don't even like overlap with each other. They wait for each person to say their line, bro.
Yeah, like she walks past like these two guys and a girl, and then the guys are like, "Hey, mommy," or whatever, and then the girl, after they're done, she's like, "Hey guys, you really shouldn't say that about a woman." And then the girl turns around and walks next to the chick like, "Hey, so what's up? What are you doing later?" And I'm like, bro, that's so scripted right now.
Oh my god. Sometimes you've like when my mom she watches those. Hey mom, if you're watching, I know you are probably. When she watches like those kind of like videos and she thinks they're real, but as a I used to like make films back in Irvine and I still like make videos like. The angle, like you can't get that perfect an angle or like even get in like certain shots without like planting it there. Like it takes a lot of work to set up a shot. So when it looks too good, that was set up, you know? Like no one didn't catch it like that.
There's a camera there. You could see the camera.
Dude.
Like, they don't have some mini spy camera like
obviously not. So like even like in shows, I think it's funny when they're like in tight spaces, like in a movie or whatever. And I'm like, oh man, like they gotta remember like there's a camera in there. I always think that like if they're in like a closet scene, like there's a damn cameraman in there. So it looks small, but it's even smaller because there's two people in there.
Yeah,
it's like the person and the cameraman.
Well, then they build the set to fit that though too, right? They'll like put shaders around the camera guy so it looks dark.
Yeah, so it looks like
but it's actually like a double closet or something.
Yeah, have you seen like those ones where they like it's like they go through a commercial, they like walk through like the whole thing. It's like
you can see like behind the scenes what's happening.
I like those.
Some are really cool. You see people like jumping through cars and stuff with the camera.
Oh,
they're
man.
like diving through one shot. Like
people are so creative.
I know.
I hate it.
It's awesome.
Because I get low key jealous. Like, man, that guy, he's so good at what he does.
Why do you think of that first?
But it's like a weird like admiration for them too. Because like, man, that's awesome.
You're like envious of their skill.
Yeah, but not to a point of like being like super salty about it. But like
stalking them. You have your board. Like these are all the people that I hate because they're so good.
Because I like their stuff. I'm like, you're just so damn good. Like I have to like you.
Double tap.
But it's like, man, yeah. I just love the creativity. There's a new trend going on though. People making like commercials in their room, where it's like they'll make like commercial for like a soft drink. Like literally just in the room they'll have like a Lazy Susan, and they did one for like Starbucks drink.
I saw.
It's like in a bottle. And it's like they made like the whole commercial. It looked really good.
Yeah.
Like could have been on the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They like use like a fidget spinner to rotate it or something.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like, dude, sky's the limit. If you like, you'll find a way to make it look cool.
Yeah.
That whole setup, he said it was like $30.
Like making the Metal Martian video in my room with like the stop motion. You just have like a cardboard box. You make it work. You know?
I thought about that. I was like, man, this is pretty cool. Like Trevor, I know like doing little projects like that, like the effort that people may not notice.
They don't recognize. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was stop motion. So you moved it.
Yeah. I just moved it little by little, and like I had a selfie stick, and it was propped up on like a V shape because I didn't have like a tripod, so
Yeah.
it was just my phone basically, and then switching the position and shit.
Dude, your mom opens the door, sees you like with
Like
these
4
little
hours
toys.
later, just like hold on, mom, almost done.
Dude, I know you got frustrated at some points.
Yeah, it was all right though. I think I was able to reuse a lot of the images.
Yeah.
So like I would just do a couple
the frames.
positions, yeah, and then just change where they showed up to make it give the impression that it's like fresh.
Go GarageBand. That's what you used to edit it.
Yeah, I think for the sound, GarageBand. I think I used Adobe stuff for the video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Dang, you were rocking with that stuff even before me.
Yeah, for a while I had CAD back then too.
Oh, AutoCAD?
SolidWorks. I was doing SolidWorks in community college myself because I knew that I wanted to like do that later. And you know, when you get to school and you already have the experience on it, it's you have a step up. It's crazy.
I got into CAD when I was in one of my high school years. I forget, like junior year.
Sick.
But because of an ROP class, it was like a class that like was hosted outside the school. It was for architecture.
Dude,
but
that's awesome.
it didn't give me a leg up though when I did it again later, because like I thought architecture was cool, and I took the class because it was like it looked good, and it was cool. But I don't think
fun too.
I wasn't super into it like back then, because I think I like if I did it now, I think it'd be cool, especially since like I'm into real estate now, like it interests me. But like back then, I was like, dude, you had to go through the regulations, like what needs to be in a house, like a square footage, like the doors and the emergency stuff. And I was like, dude, I don't care about all this. I made like a box, and I didn't really
put people inside of it. I don't care.
All the doors were like open like incorrectly. They were open like inside
into the wall. Like.
Yeah, we had this big project. We had to like at the end. Dude, I was so dumb. Like doing now, it would be a fun project, but because you can make your own house, like, it'd be fun. But back then, you were building an orphanage for kids, and some of them are like disabled, like they have wheelchairs, so you have to build like ramps, and there needs to be like who can build the best house. It's more convenient for them because there's an upstairs and downstairs. You have this much square footage.
I can just imagine you not putting a ramp or something there, like just lift them up.
I assigned the rooms, like our wheelchair guys on the second floor, but I made a freaking one of those pulleys, so that's how I got him up there.
He has like a rope. He pulls himself up.
Yeah, it was cool. It was an AutoCAD specifically for that though.
That's
for like
cool.
Architecture, because they had like the things you could just drag. You don't have to make everything. You don't have to make a door. There's like a symbol for that, and there's symbols for like other stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I see.
I took that for a whole
in high
year.
School, right?
Yeah, I think like 2 years. So I like the teacher.
See, I did 2 years of graphic design in high school.
Oh, I bet that's cool
on
too.
Photoshop and Illustrator. So that's why I was like introduced to that technology. So,
yeah.
And then I liked it. I did well in it, so I was like, I'm gonna keep using this stuff.
Yeah, dude. Ever since back then, and you still use it.
Exactly.
Like,
and it like the sooner you learn it, the better that you can be like in the long run, even for like less effort, right? Like somebody else can pass you in skill or ability, but like you have that foundation already.
Yeah.
So you can just keep building on it.
And you could. It's really nice when you're introduced to that one thing that you like. Because you know when you like something enough that you'll put like the extra effort. Like let's say like a photography, if the person really likes it, like starting from there, like that's where his journey started, and later he'll become like a big
like the kids at your camp, right?
It's because some of them are really good.
Yeah,
like it just clicks with them.
And dude, they're gonna be able to do that forever.
Dude,
they're gonna be pros. You'll probably see them like super famous one day or something.
Maybe. Chances are I've met a famous person there that will eventually, because like some of them, like coding's like it's just in their blood. You know, so even their parents might have introduced them even before that.
Yeah, just like simple problems.
Yeah,
maybe not in a coding sense, but just like the logic behind it,
the way they think.
Yeah,
that's what
you want to pass on, right?
Yeah,
someday
pass on a lot of stuff. Gutierrez used to remember our calculus teacher.
Oh yeah,
he said he would do that with his kids when they were like waiting for their food at like at like a restaurant or something. He would like write on a napkin like a problem. He's like, do it.
So what is the rate of change?
Like a proof. You would make them do proofs. Those are terrible, dude. I hated
like
them.
5, like what? You're not eating until you finish the proof.
Dinner's cold.
It's like 2 days later. Like, Dad, I can't.
Dude, proofs were like crazy too, because like once you got finished with one, like you felt like super good. Like, I mastered the universe. But you have to like, it's building your case. It's like a little case you're building.
Yeah.
And it has to like be logically like sound too.
Definitely. I think even some of the logic they use in like law, you know, because you're still making an argument, right? So they still have formulas, but it's just they have word formulas instead of like
Yeah.
X times X or whatever.
Dude, literally lawyers get paid just to like, because they make it so hard to read like documents and stuff like on purpose. Like basically only the lawyer can decipher this. Because if you have a contract, you might want to get a lawyer to like look it over, depending on how big it is. But like if you can understand all that stuff, you feel comfortable like signing and not like bringing stuff up, like you could sign it yourself, or the lawyer could like just decipher it and like look out for like booby traps.
It's weird because the whole way it works is this law has been established and people are practicing it, and that's how you're able to use it in other things.
Yeah.
Like you have to first establish it, and someone else has to be able to use it, and then you can kind of use that same thing. Like for if you go to court for something and someone wins for this one situation, right?
Oh, I see. You could bring it up.
If you go in that same situation, that's a reference.
Yeah.
And that's happened, and they've ruled on it, so like they have to kind of rule in the same way. So, but it's not like math where you have like a strict definition, right? It's based on the past and what other things have happened,
Situation.
and what other results came about from
it. But it'll be a little bit like you could use it, and obviously it could help you very well. But like your situation, it could still not.
Like, it's a little bit different. So maybe you have to pull one from here and one from here, and like based on the situations in both of these and the result, like we think that you should vote this way or whatever.
Does that still work? Let's say like you got arrested for something and you like, because you're broke or whatever, you can't afford a lawyer and you defend yourself. Like, could you bring up cases like that? Like,
I'm sure
you could literally like think of a case.
You could look it up too. Yeah, like in this person versus this person, right?
And it happened like 50 years ago or something.
In Smith versus the United States, like this happened, and like this was the result. So
I kind of have a fantasy of doing that. I don't want to be in that situation, but like
arrest me, arrest me! I need this.
It'd be cool just to be like, just walk it. Yeah. I could picture that.
Just like, walk up in your suit. You're like,
you're on.
They're not ready for this.
I've been waiting my whole life for
They're
this.
not ready for me.
That's funny. Okay, I will introduce this next segment though, because I forgot to introduce us in.
Okay.
So this is, I could have done that better. It's where we think of a time where we might have messed up, might have been a little embarrassing, but now that we have time to reflect, we could see where we could have done that thing better.
Okay.
So it's about growing and learning here. I already have mine. Do you have one in the chamber?
I do.
Okay. We're going to take two on this one.
Take two.
Take two from that last start, the first time you told it.
Oh, I wasn't gonna do that.
No, I'm just teasing.
Oh yeah.
I thought you were gonna go for it.
I could.
No, it's okay. Only if you want to.
You want me to?
I don't care. Okay. So mine. I was talking with my coworkers about a pyramid scheme.
Right.
It's funny that they were talking about that because I had one in the chamber. I don't know why I thought about it, but anyway, I could have done that better is when I went to my first pyramid scheme. So a little background on this. I had a best friend who lived close to my house. I'm going to call him Tommy.
Okay.
My friend Tommy.
Your friend Tommy.
We were best friends, but then he moved schools. And in like junior high or the end of elementary school. So we weren't as close because like, he was new school. So we didn't see each other every day. And then, but I got transferred to the school district that he was going to.
Sick.
So I was like, oh man, my best friend Tommy.
I'm gonna see Tommy again.
Yeah, basically. And then so I transferred over there, but I feel like he made a new group of friends, new clique.
It's too cool for you.
Kind of. I went to his like table because I was like, oh man, I didn't know anyone. It's new school district, so I don't know anybody except Tommy. And I go to his table, and dude, he doesn't like introduce me to his homies. Like I'm just sitting there, and he's like not saying anything. And I'm just like, damn. I was like, I didn't even go the next day. I was just like, it felt too weird and awkward.
You're like, I'm gonna be by myself.
Yeah, so I really had to like push it and try to make friends my own. But anyway, so me and Tommy weren't that cool anymore.
Right.
And
Tommy.
Yeah, forget Tommy. And I even brought it up like so I was like junior high, like later like junior in high school. I even like talked to him one time. I was like, man, it's like I said what's up to him. He didn't say nothing, and he saw me say what's up, and I was like, bro, like what's up? Like I even said like in front of like not even like that. I was like, bro, like we used to be friends. Like what's up? I think he said something, but not enough to like make me feel like better. So I was like, all right, this is the last time. Like Tommy, forget it.
I'm done with you, Tommy.
Care. Until 2 years later, so the year after I graduate from high school, so I'm in community college now, and I think a friend of Tommy's reached out to me. He was my friend, but not that good a friend. He's like, hey, this thing, like, we're going to, like, at someone's house. They're doing, like, a presentation. It sounded like it didn't sound like a pyramid scheme when they were explaining it, but it was like a presentation on something. I couldn't remember what to tell you, but it was interesting enough that I wanted to go, and my friend was going to be there, and then I knew that Tommy was going to be there. He was the one. It was like, I think it was at his house. Okay. So I was like, oh, all right, like, oh, Tommy wants me to go, like, and then he's extending the invite to both of us, like, oh man, maybe Tommy wants to be cool, whatever. Get there, and then Tommy's there. He comes up, hey, what's up, man? He's like friendly now. I'm like, all right, what's good? And then so we all sit down on the couch. There's a lot of us there. And I'm like, all right, what's this presentation about? Guy comes in. He's freaking wearing like a blue blazer, a white like button-up shirt, and I think he comes in late. Yeah, he's like, all right, let's get this presentation started. And basically, we were talking about this earlier. Selling freedom at first. It's not what the money. It's not about the money. What the money can do for you. Telling us like, yeah, I got this Benz outside. Yeah, that's mine. You seen that? And he's like saying like how good his life is, and it didn't even take him like dude, I just joined like a year ago, and look at me, freaking balling. And the thing is, it was like almost an hour presentation, and he hadn't even mentioned what we're selling yet.
He's just trying to convince you,
hype it up.
To buy it before
last 2 minutes, that's when we get to the nitty gritty, what we're actually doing. And if I remember correctly, it was like an energy drink, I believe. At the end, they had like samples at the end, but basically, energy drink. We'll give you a case of them if you want. Hand out to people. Get more people to join the team. That's the plan.
Okay.
So I was like, oh man. And in the back of my head, like, dude, this sounds sketchy. I wasn't really too familiar with pyramid schemes, but I knew enough to be like, yeah, this is probably scheming right here.
Right.
And then, but everyone was hyped up. This guy was really good at like get him going. I probably was on that energy drink. He had that aura about him, you know,
vibe
that they do. They're just like, they command the room.
Yeah.
And my friend Tommy, who was the shyest guy, he was kind of like activating some of that aura. Like, really? I was feeling that a little bit from him. So after the presentation, I go up to Tommy, or he comes up to me. He's like, "So what'd you think of like the meeting?" I was like, "Oh yeah." Like, I didn't want to be rude or anything, but if it was me now, dude, I wouldn't care. Like, me now, I would have been like, dude, this is a freaking pyramid scheme. I'm out.
Like, I'm gone.
But I was being nice. I was like, yeah, like, it sounds interesting, but I don't know. And then he was like, no, man, like, we could do it together. It's like,
bro.
He's like, come on. And he was like, I was like, all right. I didn't want to leave him hanging. In the back of my mind, I was gonna tell him okay, but not like follow through with it, just to get him off my back.
Right.
So I was like, oh yeah, I might be interested. Yeah, count me in, or something like that. And then you know what he does? My friend Tony, the shy guy, he yells and he gets everyone in the room's attention. He's like, guys, we got, like, Matt's gonna join the team. And then like the guy with the Benz and like the other people who are already in on it, they're like, yeah, like cheering. And I was like, bro, I do not want to be here right now. And then after that, I was just like, in the back of my head, like, bro, why'd you do that? Like, doing that peer pressure, right? Yeah. Now, I think I even exchanged numbers with one of them. He got my number really quick. He's like, all right, you're on the team? Got my number. And like, they were gonna like email me like some stuff. And I was like, man, I felt like kind of dirty. And I was like, man, this is
what
weird.
Did I just sign up for?
Seriously, I did not like that.
So do you think Tommy didn't know before the presentation, or he already knew?
Knew about what?
Whatever they're selling. Like,
no, he was in on it.
He saw it before.
Yeah, he was one of the guys in on it. Like, there was a bunch of people that were already like on the team.
Yeah.
They're just there to like, you know, network and like try to
get more people.
Close the gaps. Yeah. Exactly. So
he was probably invited all of his friends.
Yeah, Tommy invited a friend and invited me, so he got 2 people to go there. And then afterwards, I told my friend, like, man, let's get out of here. And then while you're driving me, because he didn't know what it was about either. This friend was decent enough. He was like, bro, I'm so sorry. I didn't know that it was gonna be like a pyramid scheme like that. So he drove me home, and I don't think I've seen Tommy since then. But yeah, if I could have done that again, dude, I would have been like in the middle of the pyramid scheme. I've been like, man, this is a freaking pyramid scheme. I would have been.
But how would you have known unless you were like there and experienced it?
Yeah, but I feel like towards the mid of the presentation, you know what it is.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Based on the way they're selling it.
Yeah, but I think it's just because, like, I don't know, I was shy back then. Even now, I'm not like the most outgoing, but I feel like I would have been like, man, I would have got up. I was like, dude, I don't need this right now. I feel like I would do that now.
Dude. Yeah. That's a good idea. Like, not doing a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. Best decision I never did take.
Don't do it.
I'm not down. But yeah, that was my pyramid scheme. My one and only. Knock on wood.
Fucking Tommy,
dude. Tommy. I hope he's doing all right though.
Whatever he's probably at the top now.
He finally made it. He had this look in his eye though, which kind of like like that coked look in your eye. He was like mellow guy, but like that, he was like his eyes were so wide open. He was like, he's on it. He just wanted to make that sale, bro.
Dude, he wanted that cash. He wanted the levels.
He wanted the Benz.
Dude, he really believed he could have it. That's why.
He must have. How hard he was going trying to get me to get on board.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, what's your story?
My story doesn't involve a pyramid scheme.
Good.
No. So I mean, this was back in UCI days.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of my cars broke down, like a BMW I had or something. And so I was like, man, I don't have any way to get to work. You know, I had my loans that are paying for school, but I also worked at a restaurant on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saved up. You know, I went and got. I was browsing on, you know, what are the apps, like Let Go or something.
I think I remember.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was browsing on Craigslist, Let Go. I'm like, dude, I want to get like some cheap car just to get me through the next couple months. So.
Oh, so you were only gonna go as long as it like a couple months? Like
yeah. I was just gonna keep saving until I could get my credit up a little bit more,
right,
so I could get a car.
What was your budget? Like, what were you shooting for?
Oh, like to buy right then?
Yeah, right then for the next couple months.
Yeah, like $800,000 or something like that.
Wait, for a car?
Yeah, something really cheap.
You said 800,000.
800 to 1,000.
Oh, 800 to 1,000.
Yeah.
800,000, like damn.
Nah, dude.
That's why.
That's a different story.
You said 800 to 1,000. Okay, I thought it was 800,000.
Something real cheap. I was broke, so I was like, I got this money saved up right now.
Damn, dude, it'd be a clunker. I don't know anything that goes for that cheap.
You don't know yet. So I was looking for something, you know, I was like, man, I've always liked those Crown Vic, those police interceptor cars, right? So like, oh, here, let me look for these. I know like they have those police auctions. You could buy one kind of after the police are done with it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, but what about like a taxi? Because a taxi, you know, they're even older, right? So they're probably even cheaper.
Oh my
so I was like, I saw this taxi, right? And I was like, I'm going to buy a taxi. I'm going to fix up the taxi. I'm going to be riding around with this thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint it and everything. Like it stopped becoming from like, oh, a couple months to like, this is my dream.
This is my forever car.
Like, I'm gonna own this car and I'm gonna hand it down to my kids.
Oh,
and then
my
they're gonna
God.
cherish it, right? And so I went in, I went to this taxi place. I forget exactly what taxi company it was, but it had a big smiley face on the car.
And that's what bought you.
Yeah. I was like, bro, it's a smiley face. How could I go wrong with it, right?
Yeah.
So I went there and they showed me this car and I was like, man, this doesn't look very good, but I don't have
How much was 800? Like you
I think
wanted?
it was like $800. Yeah. So I was like, all right, you know, I'll take it. And I drove it home. It drove home fine. You know, it was like, okay, cool. I got a car that works. And then I tried to go somewhere else, and that shit just stalled on me. So like, everywhere I try to go, it just fucking stalled, dude. So
in the middle of the road, you'd be like
Yeah.
at a red light and it'd stall.
yeah, and I'd have to like apply gas to keep the engine going. Like it'd be like sputtering, like.
So just be going forward and backward, just like keep on pressing on that gas.
Just slamming
always.
on the gas, like keeping it going, right? And so I took it to like this mechanic, and they're like, "Bro, this thing is a piece of shit. Like, it would cost you more than you paid for the car to fix it." Right?
Oh,
and I was
what
like,
the?
Fuck. So I tried to fix some of it myself.
Uh-huh.
I started fucking with it, and I just made it worse. Like,
really?
Yeah.
I remember going with you somewhere to buy some oil or something for it.
I spent a lot of time trying to fix that thing. Like I spent like probably 2 weeks. I got like a manual right online of how to fix the car, and then I try to diagnose it with like a little computer code thing. You can plug it in and it tells you what's wrong, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does that hook up?
They have like a little port. It's usually like behind the glove box or something. So I was in there. I stuck the wire in.
That clunker had something like that in it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was reading. It was like it showed me the code. It was like, oh, your oxygen sensor's fucked up or something.
Everything.
Yeah. So basically, all these codes are going off, and I'm like, man. So I just tried changing a bunch of shit, and nothing worked.
So you didn't even fix like one of the things, or it was just that one thing that you were trying to diagnose?
I don't know. Like I didn't even know what was wrong with it. Like I was trying to fix the things that were sticking up, but it could have been some other problem.
Yeah.
And since I don't have the experience, like I'm not a fucking mechanic.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna.
But props to you for trying it out.
Yeah, I tried. It was fun. Like
it was cool.
It was an interesting experience, and I think right after I got the car, I actually got the internship at Ceratec because I remember using that story in my interview.
Oh, really?
Ceratec, yeah. And then I connected with somebody there because they also like working on cars. So I was like, yeah, like I'm actually working on a car right now. And they're like, oh, dude, like talk to this guy. Thing. So like, even though I didn't end up keeping the car, like I gave it to like a junkyard for like $200 or something. I lost
so you got something back.
Yeah, but like it still kind of opened doors somewhere else, right?
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, people love a good story, and it says a lot about yourself too.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
relate.
It does show like a
in a good way.
Stubborn, right? Like
cheap ass. He needs this job.
Frugal, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
No, yeah, it was fun though. I would like to work on cars again someday when it's not like my only driver. You know? If it's like a toy project or like you have a really nice car you want to fix up.
It's always more fun when it's not like
when your life's not dependent on it.
Yeah.
Like, I need to get to work. Like I was bumming rides, you know, for the whole 2 weeks, but it works. It worked out. You know?
And we're lucky we're so close to school. Imagine that would have sucked.
Yeah.
They should have a TV show where they get like clunkers and they get like mechanics and stuff, because they have that. Remember that I started watching that show where they build houses. It's like the guy from like the travel show. It's like teams and they travel around the world and they do like events. I forget what Amazing Race.
Right. Okay.
Same host, and he hosts like a show where they basically build things. Like they built a garage and like everyone on there is like some kind of
contractor or something.
Yeah, they work with cement or like even like there's a nurse on there and she's like, yeah, I just wanted to show them that I'm tough and I can do this. But they should have something like that, but for cars.
Oh,
so
that would be cool.
Like a crappy car, like a $800 car. Like,
have you seen Pimp My Ride?
No.
Bro.
I mean, obviously I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
It's kind of like that, except it's not like, it doesn't make it nice. It makes it like kind of cheesy.
Like
nice.
gaudy.
Yeah, gaudy, exactly.
Yeah.
Kitschy, kind of. But definitely same principle, right? They'll just take anybody's random car. They'll have like a Toyota Camry, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, I want this in it. I want like, I've always wanted a car with these spinning wheels, right?
Yeah.
So they'll put like spinning fucking like 16-inch wheels on
I got you,
Camry,
fam.
bro. So it's pretty cool to see, but I definitely see what you're saying, where you have like a team kind of come together.
That'd be cool, because like it'd be like a crappy car and then like they have to diagnose it like that. Like someone out there knows what was wrong with your car, right?
So you'd want to see like the diagnostic process. And
like a more science based.
Like how things are made, but kind of like how cars are fixed.
Yeah, and they have to explain like what was wrong with it and like how they went about solving it. I think it'd be an interesting show.
Yeah.
Like I could see that on Netflix.
Yeah, I definitely could. So I think Pimp My Ride was kind of like that. They don't show you like the codes and everything, but they'll be like, this is why we did this. We had this upholsterer come in.
Okay.
And then there was another show, I think it was like Foos or something, and he would take somebody's like project car, like a 67 Challenger or whatever, and he would take it and fix it up into like the nicest version of it, right? Not pimped out, but just like
okay,
nice.
so just like nice.
But they don't show you the science, so that's still kind of missing there, which would be pretty awesome to see.
Yeah. Hey, we just gotta pitch it.
Dude, let's go.
I don't know anything about cars though. That's the only
I know a little bit, like.
I don't think you need
enough.
to. Yeah, I don't think you need to like pitch an idea, but hey, there's something there.
Like Mike Rowe, do you know that guy?
No.
He was
his last name's Road.
Rowe.
Oh, Rowe.
He was like Deadliest Catch narrator, and he also does Dirty Jobs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was just like some random dude, and he went to I forget what show, TLC or whatever show he's on, Discovery, and he's like, hey, I really want to do this show where I just go and do these dirty jobs, and then let's do it.
Nice.
And that's how he got everything else. Like,
yeah, it just takes like that one good idea. If it's good enough, I feel like you would stand by it and you would try to get it out. If it's good enough, and you have the will, and
the means.
Yeah, means not so much. Like you could be scrappy with it.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, you'll find a way.
True.
Yeah.
If you're creative, imaginative. Yeah.
I feel that. And with that, I think we will end that here with episode 5.
Episode 5.
Episode 5 of Hope the Yolk podcast. Thanks
watching.
guys for tuning in. If you're still there, I'm Matt.
I'm Trevor.
And we'll see you guys next week.